Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, and with me is my nerd brother, Artosis, and we got another 9 best of 3s to do for you today, and I can't wait to get these games going. A lot of TVZs for our first chunk of the day.
Yeah, there certainly are, and that is a long matchup, so this might be a very long day, but these are the best matches I've ever seen in one day, in one clump together.
It's good for you, too. A ton of Zergs in here.
Yeah, Zerg in every match.
And, I've been playing a lot of Terran before, so a ton of Terran. Before I betrayed that race, stabbed it in the back, went to Protoss again. But, we're going to learn a lot about TVZ today. It's going to be very dynamic. Speaking of TVZ, we can't stop talking about it, but the Clyde versus Leenock matches, if you haven't heard about them, that's the best of 3.
Yep.
We've casted.
I think so. It's highest level.
The
level of actual play.
It's like above the clouds, like going into the atmosphere, like into outer space and stuff. It's pretty epic. And, wow, we really got our smoke machine on today. It looks like the building's on fire. I can barely see the camera. So, anyways, on to today's games. Our first match, Alive FOU against OGS Zenio.
Yeah.
FOU against OGS.
Yeah, Zenio, I think, is one of the very best players on OGS.
Oh, yeah.
And FOU, what an amazing team this team is. And we were told, I believe it was Leenock that said so, that Alive is one of the top 3 players in FOU. No doubt about it. He was like the first name off his tongue when I asked who the top 3 players were. So this should be an amazing match.
I think so.
I'm really looking forward to this because Zenio has some great Zerg vs. Terran, some of the best I've seen. Last season, he wowed us by destroying I'm MVP which was one of the best series, best of 3s until last night with Clyde.
Yeah, until the perfect best of 3 I've ever seen occurred. Clyde is so good.
I know.
So basically, we have an OGS against a FOU. FOU has been dominating in this GSL thus far.
Yeah.
They've come out of nowhere. They're very good. Coach is a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Their players are solid. They're taking out Prime and OGS members left and right.
They are, man. They're going for an all FOU top 8.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It could actually occur. That would actually be insane if that does occur. But,
I know. They get all the sponsors. That's actually not even a good thing for esports.
It's not even good for esports. It's just nothing but FOUs at the top.
Yeah.
This is going to be pretty awesome. Again, TVZ, a really interesting matchup. I think it's a fairly balanced matchup.
Yeah.
It can be difficult in some situations for races on some maps, particularly for the Zerg in some cases. But let's take a look at the round of 64 Day 3 match results.
Last night we had Leenock taking out Clyde 2-1. Best of 3 I've ever seen. So high level. Watch it. Hyperdub took out Max 2-1. A lot of mech play in there for Terran's interest in something other than Marines. OGS MC destroyed Odin MVP, who is a.k.a. Aya, who took out Huck. And then July Zerg from StarTale destroyed Core Zenith. Don't watch that match. It will hurt your brain.
Yeah, that was pretty one-sided. July Zerg from Starcraft 1. So good to see him down here. Today's matches we'll be casting for you guys coming up here in a little bit.
Alive FOU against OGS Zenio. Pult Prime against NSP June. Liquid Jinro, the MLG National Champion, against Next Drug. That is an exciting match. And then we have We Made Foxes, the 5th race Moon, the legend of Warcraft 3, going against the Butterfly Effect Zenith. Then we have EG Hydra, my nerd and yours, Tasteless. He's going up against Next Choa in our only non-TVZ of the day.
Yeah. Turns out Protoss is in this game. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I have some butterflies in my tummy. Thinking about that match, too.
That's the butterfly effect, man.
That's the butterfly effect from the Moon game.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little bit nervous to see Greg play. But, he's been training a lot.
Yeah.
He's in really good shape. ZVP is his worst matchup right now. But, as long as I think he's not interfered with too much early on in the game, then I think he'll be in good shape.
That's always the case with Hydra. But let's talk about this matchup we have coming up now. Alive FOU, great player, going up against OGS Zenio, amazing Zerg. This could be one of the best matches of the entire day. I really don't know who's going to win this, Tasteless.
I have no idea. OGS Zenio, he was a pretty poor player in the first GSL.
Yeah.
Then he just wowed us, taking out, for instance, EG Hydra in Season 2, and having a pretty impressive play overall.
His
Very
skill
aggressive.
went up through the roof. You know, during the beta, he was kind of a cheesy, nonsensical player that just played a trillion billion games. Then Season 1, as you said, wasn't that strong. Season 2, one of the best Zergs. In my opinion, he was definitely a top 3 Zerg in that GSL. You know, he ended up falling to Nestea, who's like the god of Zerg vs. Zerg. So, you know, you can't blame him for that. But he made it nice and far into there. Hopefully he can make it far here as well, but a live FOU, that FOU team, man, I would be scared to face anyone.
Me, actually, because all their players are so solid. And if this guy's top 3, I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, it's impossible to predict because, seriously, if he's actually top 3, we saw how good Leenock is Zerg vs. Terran, right? And he names a live FOU above him.
Yeah.
Zenio, even though he's one of the best ZVTs I have seen, I'm so excited to see this, but that's scary, man.
Yeah.
If this guy is so good that Leenock thinks he's better than him, you know.
It's actually crazy. I mean, let's
it's going to
face
be
it.
Insane.
All right, here's our first guy, a live FOU. Now, think about it. If Leenock Bao was actually training against this guy and losing to him, and you saw Epic McClyde games where this guy must have solid TVZ.
Yeah.
So my expectations for this guy are pretty high. A younger player, he's only 19, which probably means he's, 18 in Western age.
Yeah.
So very young, but it's a strong team. He's got to be feeling good with his entire team dominating so hard.
That's right. And one of the basically best players on the team, as we've said. Terran vs. Zerg, he's got to have a lot of practice in that. We have so many great Zergs on that team, such as Golden, such as Leenock.
Yep.
So he's going to be very well prepared for this matchup.
This guy known for his great Hellion usage. But let's go over here to our Zerg player. You're all familiar with him. I'm loving that hair, by the way. OGS Zenio.
Kid's got good skill and good hair. And I like him, man. His Zerg vs. Terran is something else altogether.
Right.
Really so good against I'm MVP. I'm MVP, one of the first ones to show us the new brand of micro your Marines like a madman to win games.
Yeah.
And Zenio still took him out 2-1 last season. I really am a fan of this Zerg. He's so fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, but he's going to have his work cut out for him. To find a Terran as good as a live FOU to play against is going to be something pretty hard. I mean, there's some good Terrans over in that OGS Liquid House, but are any of them the level of live FOU's Terran vs. Zerg?
That's the big question, because when you have these teams that all train together, you get these little pockets, these little microcosms of metagame, of the way they're viewing it and how they're going to react to certain stuff. But if you have a few very good Terrans on one team, or for instance, let's say Leenock Phao, he's training against this guy. Leenock Phao, I think, is good or possibly better than OGS Zenio.
From what I saw,
I think it's possible that our Terran players got a lot of great practice against that. Let's take a look at the map lineup now.
All right, we have Lost Temple, Jungle Basin, and Metalopolis. So Lost Temple, that's going to be a map that a live FOU should feel pretty good on. But as we saw from Leenock yesterday, there are some interesting counterattacks you can do if they overcommit to Thors on your ledge.
Right.
So that could be an interesting match. Jungle Basin. This is actually the map that first wowed us from Zenio. A lot of people think that it is Terran-owned Zerg map. It's really hard to get those extra bases, but we saw Zenio do exceedingly well there.
Yeah, no kidding.
His game against I'm MVP, I can still see in my mind.
Get ready for this game. Looks like I'm the last to load here.
Hurry up, Tasteless.
All right. Sorry about that. Over here, in the upper right, our Terran player.
A life for you.
This guy, a very solid Terran player. Now down here in the bottom, a member of Spunky's team. He's...
Zenio.
We're going right into that.
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess the Korean commentators are as tired as us. Feels like I closed my eyes and came back in, Tasteless.
Last night I just went home and passed out.
Yeah.
I took the subway, got the last train home, crawled in bed. Too tired to cook, I had to eat KFC.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, it's bad. I haven't had that stuff in so long. Anyways, on to this game. These guys are in interesting positions here. They're fairly close by ground, but the big question is going to be, where is the third base for both of these guys going to be?
Yeah.
Zerg will expand here. Terran will expand here. But the gold base right here, this is kind of difficult to get to. They share the island. So Zerg might be in an awkward position. If Zerg can get these locations over here, then chances are the way this is going to work out for Terran is Terran probably won't be able to attack these unless it's with medevacs. Instead, Terran will have to focus on pushing down here towards this expansion and just keep hammering away at the main. That's usually the way TVZ works in these positions because Zerg can counterattack if you go too far out.
Yeah, and already we have Hatchery going up first for Zenio, but he is the closest positions to the Terran, so that is not what he's going to want to see. And also, not only is he very close by ground, but that's the closest positions to actually do drops on the ledge to harass that Hatchery.
Yeah, that's true. This ledge right over here.
So we're going to have to see. I think that we are going to see a minor rush, and that's a very smart move, taking the gas
like that.
of our Terran player. That's going to reduce the speed with which he can tech up to any drop ships, any medevacs, and any Thors to drop on the cliff, or whatever it is he wants to drop up there, if that is in fact his plan.
Now we do have a drone out here harassing this SCV. Marine comes over here, nice, kills one drone, and this is going to force potentially more drones to come out here. Try to deal with this.
Yeah, this is a very nice harass so far.
And I believe he's just going to leave. Smart. Did some damage and backed up.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to do it. He might even go push again. We saw those extra Marines. Definitely a possibility. Walk out there with 3 Marines. But I think, Zenio's going to notice he is making a spine crawler pretty quickly here. And still no gas for Zenio, which is quite interesting because you got to get gas units if you want to try to defend that ledge.
Yeah, that's actually a great point, Artosis. He doesn't have gas, and we do see a factory on the way here. He did manage to steal the extractor over here, but still, this extractor is pretty late.
Yeah, so. It's pretty late, but he is droning up quite a bit. He's got to get that economy going as well. And right now, we do have that Tech Lab add-on. He is making a siege tank. And I'm interested to see, is he going to want to go for a siege tank drop? Or are we going to see something completely different out of a live FOU?
Well, there's no starport, so this is interesting.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. He chooses not to harass the cliff. That's normally why Zergs don't like the map, but he is choosing, not to try to abuse that at all.
FOU is such a strong team, and the amount that the FOU team has been hyping up this guy, and that, of course, backed up with the sheer success rate the FOU team has had in the tournament thus far. I am really curious to see what the strategy is. Is he actually going to go for a push, or is he just trying to control the Zelnaga watchtower?
I think he's going to push a little bit here.
You know what's funny about this is actually very similar to a build we saw in Starcraft 1, actually before Brood War was out, where you just got a few Marines, made some bunkers here, and siege tank pushed.
Yeah, and notice he goes back immediately. I'm believing that this guy might be the best player because these little fake attacks, Tasteless, these little pressure-filled attacks, they are awesome because they totally force him. Look at that. He's making a ton of Zerglings. 8 Zerglings being produced right now, as well as some Roaches, as well as Zergling speed. So Zenio is being forced into making a lot of units.
Yeah.
And, that is what he wants to do with that. Just make it so he can't drone.
What's funny about this is that if you see those Marines in a tank, you immediately think, oh God, it's going to be a siege tank push. I might have spent all this money trying to protect my ledge. But of course what he can do is just head him over there. If you've larva injected and all those larvae pop out, land on the floor, you might end up making, a dozen Zerglings. That's so many less drones.
Yeah. And if he just keeps his walling up, you can't really do that much with the Zerglings. So it really pays off in that way.
Here comes an Overlord.
And here comes a Viking.
Oh. Viking as well.
Now, Tasteless, I think that you were actually perhaps right about what's going on here. It's such close positions. We may just see Alive Foyu push in just a very strong, reasonably quick tank push. Make some bunkers, push in because he's so close. It's going to be hard for Zenio to get there, get a third base that can actually be defended because he's going to be trapped by all the long-range Terran units.
I like how this Foyu player's build is so unique.
Yeah, it's quite is. And we notice he tries to scout, does get a kill, and look at this. A couple spine crawlers on the edge, makes a layer at the natural, and upgrading drop. So
very interesting.
Yeah, the drop is for anti-ledge, and with the 2 spine crawlers at the ledge, he would stall it out. And he makes the layer at the natural because he wants. Oh, look at this, a little attack here by Zenio. Going to notice that it's not going to be able to do anything. But as I was saying, making the layer at your natural makes it so that it is going to be a lot harder to kill. It has many more hit points than a hatchery.
I'm liking this Marine tank play we've been seeing from both GSL as well as Foyu players.
Yeah, this is a very quick. Stim is almost done. +1 Marine attack is almost done.
Uh-oh. Could be a bad angle here for the Terran. No.
Ooh, Zenio might be in trouble, man. His Baneling speed is only about halfway done right now. And this is a very quick, very aggressive tank push.
Note the spine crawler not exactly in a great position here.
Oh, wow. Those siege tanks just targeting the Banelings immediately. And, this is actually awesome. He's putting on this really heavy pressure. And Zenio, he is a little bit scared here, as you see. And here we go. The Banelings trying to come in, and he takes out the Banelings. Very nice play, and kills off Zenio's entire army. Has a lot of Marines left over, as well as some SCVs.
He can get right over here, or even go up the ramp, but Banelings are coming.
Oh, they get a lot of Marines there. And that was very nice by Zenio, but still, there could be a lot of damage done here by Alive Foyu.
He's doing a great job taking out these Overlords. Look at this. This is going to supply block the Zerg. And look at that. Now he can just pick him up if he wants. Nope. Too preoccupied there.
And, right now the supplies, they are quite similar, as we see here, 66 to 66. So similar that they're the same, in fact. But Alive has to be feeling very good because right now he's even with this Zerg. This is a part of the game where the Zerg player wants to be having a third base, droning it up, and, just getting that higher supply count. Ooh, tasteless. Oh, look at this.
Take a look, see over here.
A little Baneling drop looks like it's going to happen. This is actually an awesome thing to do against Tank Marine. A lot of times they will not have turrets. And even if they do, it doesn't matter. You just suicide that in there and try to kill. There's so many mules at that natural. This may do a huge amount of damage to the economy of Alive Foyu.
The base is waiting unsuspectingly. And I wonder if he's going to try to draw some attention with these Lings and Banelings and then fly this in here.
Definitely may, but
the
he could do it right now. Those mules. This is actually such a smart move by Zenio. He may be waiting just until a move out occurs by Alive.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Terran, rather expanding over here, but a drop is already ready for that.
He's waiting for it to finish.
Oh, man.
Sees that it's not even close, and I think he'll just attack it anyways.
Interestingly enough, didn't get the drone. He might have thought he actually killed that there.
Okay, Tasteless, I think we're going to see something quite interesting. See those Overlords? Nothing in them right now. He may be faking a drop to pull units into the main.
Yeah,
then Baneling drop and counter the natural. See if he can get some damage done.
But look at this. Oh, my God.
Wow.
He's so good.
Alive Foyu doing some awesome harassment here. He really does think there's a drop going. Oh, and Tasteless, we did have the Baneling drop.
It did do a ton of damage over here. Very nice play there. But still, I mean, Alive Foyu is shooting down Overlords so quickly.
Yeah, Alive is still in a fine position. He has 56 SCVs against 46 drones. So he is looking good. The third base of Zenio is trying to go up again over at 9 o'clock. But will it get up?
That is the question. Now he's cranking out more roaches and banelings. A lot of Marines, though. You have that perfect micro.
In fact, he's got 1-1 already.
Wow.
And that is against no upgrades from Zenio.
So he can shoot down those banelings just a little bit faster.
That's right. Battle those roaches and zerglings much better. And look at this. This tank push is going to be fearsome. It's going to be fast. It's going to be furious.
We have another baneling drop over here, taking out more SCVs. Meanwhile, though, Terran continues to leapfrog the siege tanks. Scanning, spreading the tanks out. I've never seen a game with so many Overlords killed so quickly.
I know. Right now, the supplies are very much in favor of Alive. He's got 136 to 124.
Zerg's going to move out.
Ooh, all right. Ooh, never mind. Going after these banelings. And Muta's being made. So he's really counting on his banelings doing a lot of damage here. And here we go. He's counterattacking with these roaches, taking out as many siege tanks as he possibly can.
His control is just too good.
Wow, Alive.
Alive.
He is showing us.
Showing us his opponent is going to stay dead.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty sick.
No doubt about that.
That was a really clean play, especially considering how, it was fairly one-sided for most of it. We had some good drops.
Yeah, Zenio did some really interesting tactics to try to stay in the game in such close positions. Did some really nice baneling drops on the SCVs. But, there was a lot of pressure plays. It down to the economy of Zenio. And then killing that third base before it could even begin to become a hatchery. In those close positions, he just came right out with that push. Really good 1-1 Marine timing. What can you do, man? That is how Alive is rolling, and it was very strong. Zenio caught a little off guard by how good Alive was there.
Yeah, no kidding. Zenio can't be feeling confident after that game he just played.
Yeah.
He's got to be thinking, oh, man, going into this next game on Jungle Basin might be pretty tough because this is a map that tends to not be a Zerg map.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what he has in store for his opponent this time.
Yeah.
He might be doing a little bit more of an aggressive build. But I'm also curious to see what Alive Foyu is going to do because his build in that previous game was so different. Faking a quick tank push while he's expanding himself. Everybody else expects a tank drop or a Thor drop.
Oh, we saw. He prepared completely for being dropped on his ledge.
Right.
And that is just not what happened. So
pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
So, by the way, special thanks to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson. And thank you guys for tuning in, man. We love you guys.
We do.
We are serious nerds, and it's great to be down here with you. But the game's going to start, so enough of that. Let's get ready for some more StarCraft action. ZVT on Jungle Basin. It's going to be pretty sick.